Okay, let's look at the GUI. It provides an interface for the driver to enable program setting. 2 voltage range options are available. Click on Modify Program to gain access. The limits of the 2 voltage current ranges are shown. Bear this in mind with regards to the current setting you want in terms of the voltage ranges. Once you have the range selected, you can then set the drive current by either typing in the number or up down on the plus minus. Then click on the program button. If you then review the screen, you will note on the top left of the screen the operating current and voltage range fields will indicate the new settings. Volts times current will provide you with the wattage that the driver will now operate at. Okay, onto the Bluetooth controller. Make sure you have the app installed. It's available at the AVI-ON website, links below. Install on your preferred device. When you open the app, it will seek AVI-ON enabled devices and pair. In this example, we're using the ERP CDB260 AVI-ON enabled LED driver. Once you have the device on screen, you can modify settings more common to your need. Click the 3 dots on the top right corner. This will load various options. Let's start by changing the name of the driver to something that more suits your application. Just a side note, my experience thus far is that a tablet is preferable to a phone. It presents the data on a larger screen and is more usable with touchscreen for those with the lumpy finger syndrome. You can then try the dimmer slider button to make sure the driver app is working. Okay, so next we'll look at some of the scheduling and timer functions. Setting a schedule or timer function is quite simple. Tapping on the center plus button and then naming your timer. The name may relate to the driver or LED colors or a combination if you're using multiple drivers and colors. This will make a little more sense when we look at scenes. And then scroll the start times, end times of the round scroll wheel. Select the days required for the timer to be active. You can select all or specific days. For simplicity, in the center of the scroll wheel are 2 default 12-hour day and night settings. There's also an undo redo button in the top left corner if you want to quickly go back to something that you may have set previously. Save the setting and your schedule is set. There are 3 dots again on the top right of the screen to allow you to edit the name of the timer, or to in fact delete the timer if it no longer serves you. Okay, having now defined the AVI-ON device and created a schedule, we can now marry the two up. Open the device from the dashboard. Click on the 3 dots on the top right to open options. Select the small calendar icon and all schedules you have created are there to choose from. Tap the right side and the app will assign the schedule. It's worth noting at this point that with respect to schedules and scenes, that once created, these reside in the driver and function autonomously without the app. So you do not need the app in proximity or even on, but you do need the app to create programs, modify or delete them. Okay, what's the scene? Basically allows you to create a profile for your dimming that is time-based. Alright, let's get started. Same startup position with a new scene. Push this plus sign on the scene menu. Create a scene name. Let's call it Wake Up. Scenes are based around devices, so we move the driver in this case into the scene members area. At this point, or at any time you want to, you can create the dim range by clicking into the driver icon and moving the slider into the final dim position. In this example, full on. Go back to the scene members page and hit next in the top right corner. We now have an association between the driver and the scene. Now we click into the mini calendar option. We have no schedule at this time as I removed the earlier example. My point here is that scenes don't exist without a schedule, as they are time-based events. So repeat the earlier example of setting up a scheduled timer. Let's call it day. Okay, so what we now have is a weekly schedule, and within that schedule we have the dimming profile called wake up. Okay, so what makes it a dimming profile? You now need to click into the bottom button that looks like a graphic equalizer. This is called the transition. Move the button top right to on position, and then move the thumb wheel switches to some time period that you would like. What this will do is create a time period of from no light to full light over this defined period. The smoothness of that transition is dictated to by the time period. Click the included device off button and hit done. The done button on the top right. And you are done.
Though we say we're done, 'cause I just wanna get done with you. One last time, I can call you mine. Once more than I say we're through. We should still have fun, though we say we're done, 'cause I just wanna get done with you. One last time, I can call you mine. Once more than I say we're through.